did you make of that?
Yeah, look, I was really pleased, especially after half-time. I thought early our tackle pressure and work around the contest probably wasn't to the level that we expect of ourselves. And, the Bulldogs sort of threw the ball around with a lot of handball, but that gave us a lot of opportunity as well. And I thought after half-time, we really ramped that up and got the game the way that we wanted it. And I thought the guys' ability just to enjoy the battle and enjoy the grind at half-time and stay calm and just get back to playing the way we knew was outstanding.
What's it like being a coach during one of those sort of 12-minute bursts where you kick 7 goals? Does it feel like everything you do is working, or is it sitting back and enjoying it?
Oh, look, I was certainly enjoying the centre bounce connection. Max and Angus and Clayton Oliver and James Harms certainly we're doing some great work in there. It's really great to see when a ruckman can produce what Max produced in that quarter. So, it was exciting. Enjoy your team getting on those runs, but they're not sustainable for long periods of time as well.
Jack Viney, before the game, how much of a setback is that for the group, just mentally, when you get used like that?
Yeah, look, it's a funny one. He was a little bit sore yesterday, so we had a scan. There were some early signs of stress on that toe, and really we didn't want to push him. We think we need to get that right. We don't want to get to a stage where he can't play. So we're really confident, that with our medical team they'll do a bit more assessment Monday and Tuesday, but we need to deload him. How long that takes might be a couple of weeks. We just have to wait and see. But we grabbed it early and we didn't want to take a risk with it.
Was the response after half-time sort of player-led, I guess, or did you have to tear strips off the wall to get that reaction?
Yeah, the message was pretty simple at half-time. Get back to playing the way that you've been trained. Around the footy, around our clearance work, around our stoppage work, around our contest work. And that was a huge shift in the game. I thought James Harms did a great job on McRae in the second half, kept him to 10 disposals. Our leaders have been terrific in staying calm, especially under pressure and actually understanding what the game needs. And I thought they all stood up in the second half. Lewis at halfback really started to command how we played behind the ball. They were really calm and they knew what they needed to do and they came out and delivered.
Is there a positive as well in the way you hung in that first half when you were losing all the key stats that you have been dominating in previous weeks? I mean, is that a different way to look at it as well?
Yeah, look, it's something we've been working on, our defensive transition. It was probably our defence in the end that kept us in the game. And that's been something we have been working on, is that when things aren't going our way with our fundamentals and our execution and our contest work, that we can hang in games. And I thought in the first half defensively we were really sound, and that enabled us to really be in the position we were at half-time. So we had a lot of supply against us. And that was probably the growth in the group over the last 2 or 3 weeks, is that we have changed a few things. We have had a bigger buy into the defensive element of the game, and that's got to remain strong because it does enable you to hang in there.
There's been some discussion about the way you're delivering the ball inside 50. I mean, you're looking at third quarter, Clayton Oliver, I think 3 or 4 times has connected on kicks going forward, and he's sort of been handballing quite a lot. Is that something you can work with as well?
I think that becomes off our defensive transition. We probably didn't lock the ball inside our forward 50 as much as we had previously, which means you're going into a lower density forward 50. So that's enabled us a bit more space to move and create some quality inside 50. So, but Clayton in particular, I thought his ability to drive his legs, use the ball by foot, is becoming a really damaging player for us.
Max, you having a Brownlow-worthy sort of year?
Oh, he's having an outstanding year. I guess the umpires will decide that. But he's been unbelievable for us in terms of his work, not only in his ruck craft, but his ability to help us around the ground with his marking and just his desire to lead and win. He's having a brilliant season, and it's credit to the preparation that he puts into his game.
It's been a slow burn, I guess, for Angus, 4 odd years to get to 50 odd games. He must be really looking forward, I guess, to the next 50 that he can put out there.
Yeah, he has. He's improved a lot this year. He's matured a lot. He's really embraced the things that we've worked on in his game, and he's got a lot of power around the footy. So he's continuing to improve. He's investing a lot into his game, and he's still got a huge amount of upside. 50 games is so normally a real growth period, your first 50 games, and now he can really start to emerge in the competition.
You rewarded Jay Kennedy-Harris for his first game since last year. He led game-high 9 tackles. Was that your message to him going into the game, just to apply that pressure around the contest and around the ball?
Yeah, look, he's had to wait his time, Jay, and he's been doing that at VFL for the last 5 weeks. So it was no surprise to us that he came in and produced that sort of pressure. I thought especially second half himself and Charlie Spargo especially really set the scene from a tackling pressure perspective. I was rapt to see Jay get those rewards today.
How's Jack handled this latest setback? Obviously, it's been an issue that's dogged him for a little while now.
Yeah, look, he's really optimistic. He's pretty positive about where it sits, and clearly we'll do some more investigation as to why it continues to flare. I think that's a really important thing for us as a club to make sure that we really get on top of that. He's an important player for us. He's our skipper, so he's obviously frustrated, but he's very optimistic in terms of where he's going and the impact he can still have. So he's got that disappointment that he's dealing with and frustration, but at the same time his smile today and he's talked to the players around the rooms and in the coach's box, he's really positive on the day.
He was sidelined at a similar stage last season and came back very quickly, and I think subsequently said that he probably came back slightly too early. Do you need to be, because he's obviously so keen to play, do you need to make sure that the club makes the best decision rather than let him decide it in some respects? Yeah, look, it's a different injury, but Jack's got a great feel for his body. We took the cautious approach today in terms of really trying to settle it down, so I think that indicates where we're going with it. We want to make sure it's right.
Really defining period coming up for the club. The match is getting a lot tougher from here. Do you feel like you're building towards finally getting that final spot?
Yeah, look, our aim's been really simple all along, is to continue to improve and our game in all phases. And defensively we honed in a couple of weeks ago, and that's a phase we're continuing to improve on over the last few weeks. But we understand there's greater challenges coming. We've got Geelong next week, and that's the game we'll focus in on. So it gives us a chance to play against the quality side and try and be at our best and continue to improve as a team. And we feel like we've still got huge growth in us as a team and improvement. And with 6 rounds to go and 6 games to go, that's still a long time to continue to improve. So we continue to find a few things and continue to find out more about our players. Thanks, guys.